Prismatic Evolutions is by far the most difficult modern product to make predictions about, but we'll give it a go. Before we get into that, hit like, hit subscribe, turn notifications and tell your friends. I appreciate you guys so much. So this is the video I do a couple of days after release for the new set that comes out, and today is Prismatic Evolutions. It needs no introduction. It has the craziest set list I've ever seen in modern Pokemon. This is a fully stacked set from top to bottom. Let's actually go straight into that and deep dive into what we actually should expect from this set. So in a singles perspective, we look at all of the evolution SIRs, they're huge chase cards. We also have all the Master Ball rares of the evolutions, crazy chase cards. We have a Pikachu EX hyper rare. We're beginning to see some decent hyper rares, and this is one of them, crazy chase card. Dragapult, Roaring Moon and Ceruledge, all crazy chase cards. And in fact, let's get rid of all the stuff that isn't evolutions for a minute, because those could go up, they could go down. Who knows, some cards might become better in the future, some cards might become worse in terms of value. But what we can be dead sure on is that the evolution cards, especially the SIRs, are going to be unbelievably expensive across the board. And even the Master Balls are going to be really sought after in the long term. The pull rates for a specific Master Ball rare is going to be so small that people definitely will spend big money instead of opening a bunch of packs just to get the one they want, to complete a set or put in their binder or grade or whatever. And to be honest, talking about grading, Master Ball PSA 10s, I have a feeling that they are going to be huge in the long term. Currently, if we look at the SIRs, they are all comfortably above $200. Espeon's above $300, Leafeon's above $400, Sylveon's above $600, and the Umbreon is above $1,500. Just let that sink in. Crazy numbers, things we've never seen before. A set like that stacked and that deep, comes around very rarely. And the Master Balls are all above $50 for the evolutions, and they're, in my opinion, going to stay above $50 in the long term. It just adds to the depth of the set. Basically, all in all, what this means is this set is going to be highly collectible and sought after. In the long term, this is probably going to be one of the best sets, modern era at least, to invest in. With all that being said, any product you can get your hand on, in my opinion, is worth getting your hand on, if you can get it at a reasonable price. Now, we know about the ETBs, so we'll put that to the side for a minute and we definitely will get to that. But let's talk about the sticker collection and the poster collection. Those are definitely worth keeping your hands on, especially the sticker collections, because they're small and they carry 3 packs. So whether you're able to find any in a big retailer or a local card shop at a good price, even if it's slightly over MSRP, I would definitely be buying some and keeping it on the side for the long term. Now, don't get me wrong, this set is definitely going to be very fun to open, but an investing point of view, I think because of how sought after the cards are going to be, how deep the set is and how difficult it is to get product, any sealed product you have is going to be worth something to someone, and probably more than what you paid for it if you got it near MSRP. And usually I wouldn't recommend anyone to buy anything above MSRP. It would require it to go even higher above what you bought it to make any sort of profit, which isn't a guarantee. And because it's so difficult to get the set, even if they do reprints, they probably get scalped, etc. If you can instead buy a sticker collection for $22, $23 instead of the $17 or whatever it came out for, I still think that's worth it. And this is amplified by the ETB prices. Currently, the regular ETBs are selling for about $90. The Pokemon Center ones are selling for well over $200. And I'm not saying to spend that sort of money for the Pokemon Center ETB. That's way too expensive. It would mean it have to go to $300, $400 to get any sort of decent profit. What I'm saying is, if you can find the regular ETB for maybe $90, etc., instead of the $60 retail, I don't think it's too bad of a purchase, to be honest. Let's use Obsidian Flames, their ETB, as an example. The regular Obsidian Flames Charmander promo is currently going for nearly $40. So if in the long term the eevee hits that sort of price again at $35, $40 for the regular promo, I think that $90 for the ETB is not too bad, because you do get 10 packs in there. I think the value of the packs is going to be quite high because the set is so good. And I think people are actually forgetting how good the set is and just seeing the ETB as something you just stick on your wall and never touch. But reality, no, ETB has packs in it which people want to open, and because it's such a good set, those packs are going to go up in value. I think overall this ETB is definitely going to go up in price, way above $90 for the regular one, way above. But it all depends on how much it gets printed. Does it get printed to the ground like Crown Zenith, or does it get printed to just about meet scalper demand? Nobody knows that. Nobody will ever know that. And that's why I think if you're paying a little bit over MSRP, it's not a big deal here. But if you're paying huge amounts over, it is a problem. If you can get your hand on a promo with the stamp on it for a reasonable price, I genuinely think that's a good investment. Long term, sit on it, don't touch it. That will easily go to $100, $120 just for the promo alone. So now this is the most important part of the video. How do we actually invest in this set? So for me, anything in and around MSRP, maybe 20-30% more than MSRP, MSRP price for the sticker collection and the poster collection, I would definitely look at buying. I think they're great purchases and the packs in there are going to be sought after. If you can buy booster bundles, anything like that for something close to MSRP, definitely worth it, although I think that'll be a lot more difficult to come by. And I think regular ETBs for the current price they're sitting at, which is about 50% more than MSRP, is not a bad purchase at all. I also think the ETB promo, the Pokemon Center exclusive one, if you can get it at a slightly cheaper price than it currently is definitely worth it in the long term. But I definitely wouldn't be paying the prices for the Pokemon Center ETB that it currently is fetching. Those are way too high. We have to see how much this is printed before we start anywhere near those numbers. Leave a comment down below with your favorite cards in the set. I'm really interested to know. For me, it's probably the Leafeon. I'm a massive fan of that card. If you got this far into the video, thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe, tell your friends, put notifications on, and until next time, try if you can and invest in some Prismatic Evolutions.